For anybody else? Oh, well, they're hidden.
And because the city of Nashville has passed ordinances that says you can't, put out your camping gear, you can't sleep outside in public, we decided, hey, we want to take our tents. They can't do anything about a floating tent, can they?
I've been asked by several of my friends why some of us are planning to sleep on this plaza tonight and why we're willing to risk arrest. So let me share a few of these stories to jar our memories so they can inform our actions. First, there's my friend Antonio. Antonio is homeless, he's black, he's gay, and he struggles with mental health and addiction issues. One day he was on his way to the library to charge his phone and look up jobs online. So he cut through a parking lot. He walks over 10 miles a day from his camp to different parts of the city that are feeding or giving out services, and his feet and his body show that wear, so he takes shortcuts when he can. On this day, however, he was stopped by a police officer in the parking lot. He was told that since he didn't have a car in that parking lot, and since the parking lot had a trespass waiver, that he was guilty of trespassing and was issued a citation for that offense. Next, there's Erica. Erica is my friend who has schizophrenia. She's homeless, and when she can't get her meds, she self-medicates with alcohol. One Saturday night, she was sitting in her usual location on her usual bench downtown by 5th Avenue, and she had pulled her sleeping bag over her, and she took small sips from her bottle to keep the voices in her head at bay. Down the street on 5th Avenue, dozens of 20 and 30-somethings were carrying wine glasses and wine cups from gallery to gallery in the monthly art gallery crawl. Just a few blocks away on 2nd Avenue, countless college students and tourists stumbled from bar to bar. Who do you think got arrested for having an open container and being publicly intoxicated? And there's John. John is another one of my friends who camps south of downtown and rides a bus into the cities because he has problems with his back and legs. While he was waiting for the bus on 8th Avenue South, he set his backpack down beside him on the sidewalk. Just a couple of blocks away from him in the Gulch, a businessman sat waiting for the bus with his rolly suitcase beside him, going into work downtown. Who do you think was ticketed for obstruction of the passageway? My friend John, or the businessman with his rolly suitcase?
John.
And he fought it too. He knew the MTA people, they wrote him letters. He fought that in court. A lot of people can't do that on their own. You see, if you look like me, you can cut through parking lots. You can carry an open container. You can sit on any sidewalk you want. You can even lay a blanket down on state property, have a picnic, and take a nap. But if you look like my friends Antonio, Erica, and John, then these non-criminal acts will carry a fine or jail time for you doing them. This is what social profiling looks like. And it will only be worse now that the new anti-camping law is enacted. You've seen the signs on the plaza, anti-camping, no camping. Those are under every TDOT bridge, or if they're not under them, there's no warning and people can still get arrested on state property and be charged with up to a year in jail and a $2,500 fine. This is why we are here. Because now our criminal justice system is not upholding justice, it is creating criminals. And that is not okay. We are offended.
We are offended.
That nearly 4,000 people on our streets.
That nearly 4,000 people on our streets.
Live on our streets.
Live on our streets.
And we only have. 1,500 units.
1,500 units.
Of shelter space.
Of shelter space.
Transitional housing.
And transitional housing.
We are offended.
We are offended.
That over 24,000 units.
That over 24,000 units.
Of housing sit vacant.
Of housing sit vacant.
In Davidson County.
In Davidson County.
While so many live without homes.
While so many live without homes.
We are offended.
We are offended.
That since 1995.
That since 1995.
The United States has lost
The United States has lost
over 290,000 units
over 290,000 units
of public housing and over 360,000 units
and over 360,000
of
units
Section 8 units.
of Section 8 units.
They have built over 830,000
over 830,000
new jail and prison cells.
new jail and prison cells.
We are offended.
We are offended.
So what do we do when our grievances haven't been solved by going through the proper channels? What do we do when the proper channels don't seem to be working?
Revolution. Go to sleep.
We protest. We protest. We organize. We participate in civil disobedience and sleep-ins. We throw our bodies against the machines that perpetuate injustice and inequality in our society. We cultivate the dangerous memory of all of our friends who have been arrested because of the color of their skin, the way they dress, their sexual orientation, or their socioeconomic status. Tonight, as we engage in our sleep-in, our presence is our protest. For those who have been oppressed and criminalized, the very act of being visible is resistance.
Alright, so currently we're cutting through a parking lot, which is, it's a powerful thing for us now because we just heard a speech by Lindsay who told a story about a man named Antonio who was homeless, who received a citation for walking through a parking lot because essentially, she said, because he was black, gay, and homeless. And it was sort of astounding to me that that could actually happen, one, and two, that would never happen to me because I have blonde hair and I'm wearing a Vanderbilt shirt. So to know that I live in a city and like go to school in a place that would do something to someone like that and marginalize a member of a society I'm a member of also was jarring, horrifying, and also very enlightening.
Yeah, and now us walking through this parking lot right now, we definitely don't have access to and haven't paid and don't have a car in here, so technically we're in the same position he was, but as Hannah said, because we're young college students, we know we're not going to get in trouble. So it's really nice, well, it's not nice because it's upsetting, but it's good to have felt like we've taken an action to prevent that kind of discrimination, and hopefully that stuff won't happen as much in Nashville if we keep doing this kind of work.
And it's humbling.
Very humbling.
It's always nice to be reminded what we tend to forget.
We take for
At
granted.
the Vanderbilt.
Yeah.